Into the dust, turning the air to gold. She is a mountain that breathes. Can you hear the sound of the earth trembling? Not from fear, but from her resolve. The light is changing. The harsh white softens into amber. Here, in the open Serengeti, the Matriarch stands as a monument to survival. Her skin is a map of the landscape itself. It is a shield, cooling the blood, listening to the wind. Beside her massive frame, a shadow. The calf is barely weeks old. He mimics her, kicking up dust, unaware that the golden light brings a shifting of the guard.
The predators are waking up.
She stops the trunk rises, testing the cooling air. Lions of pride on the move. Her infrasonic rumble transmits a command through the soil. Stay close. The air grows heavy. The golden light turns to iron. She steers them toward the solitary acacia. She becomes the fortress. They emerge from the gold 10 lionesses. She creates a screen, she scoops the dry earth and blasts it forward. She wears the earth as war paint. The lead lioness tests the perimeter. The matriarch lunges not a bluff, but a promise of violence. She pivots a dancer's grace with the weight of a bulldozer. The lions pause, they measure the risk. To reach the prize, they must breach the wall. And the wall is angry.
Slips below the horizon, the pride moves on. Under the silhouette of the acacia, the dust settles. She lowers her trunk, touching the calf's head. A check of reassurance.
The darkness brings peace, but she does not sleep. She stands as the pillar, holding up the sky. Love is the strongest armor.
Shadows circle in the tall grass. Hunger, wearing a crown. But here stands the ancient wall. Listen closely. What does a mother's promise sound like when it is challenged by the dark?
The morning does not begin with light here. It begins with vibration.
Deep within her throat, the matriarch generates an infrasonic rumble. A frequency below the range of human hearing, but felt in the bones. It is a silent alarm clock. One by one, the gray mounds stir.
The skin of the African elephant is a landscape of its own. She begins the morning ritual dusting. She powders herself in the color of the sunrise. A sunscreen made of the land itself.
The sun climbs, the great march begins. Despite her 4-ton bulk, her passage is almost soundless. Beneath the heel is a natural shock absorber. She does not wonder, she remembers. She knows that under the dry riverbed, there is life.
The light fails, and with the gold of the sunset come the lions. She stops, she smells the predator. She turns, a silent command is issued. They flow into formation around the calf. Rumps together, tusks facing out. The phalanx, a fortress of flesh and ivory. The matriarch steps forward. She leaves the safety of the circle. She flares her ears to look massive. She shakes her head, her tusks cutting the air like scythes. This is not aggression. This is love, translated into violence. The lions scatter against the wall. They are nothing. The adrenaline fades. She touches the calf with her trunk, checking for wounds that aren't there. She stands guard as they sleep.
Ancestral memory is the only weapon that never dulls. The wall still stands, the promise is kept. What burdens do you carry to keep the ones you love safe? The solitary tree watches the dance of life and death. Silence hangs heavy in the heat. in the pause between the lion's step and the matriarch's turn. Can you hear the heartbeat of the calf?
The copiers rise from the plains, like islands in a sea of grass. The golden light reveals a coat designed for this very landscape. Tawny fur, indistinguishable from the dry grass. A camouflage so perfect, they become the land itself. The day begins with a ritual of touch. The younger members learn the art of the stalk through play. Oversized paws bat twitching tails. In their play lies the future of the hunt.
Midday in the Serengeti. The sun is a hammer. The air itself seems to vibrate. They walk in a single file, ghost-like. This is not laziness. It is a biological calculation. So, they wait. They become shadows, drinking the shade.
The sun dips slower. A visible shift ripples through the pride. The golden hour brings the iron law. She moves belly low to the earth. Every step is a measured risk. She uses the tall grass to muffle her approach. She closes the distance to 30 meters, 20.
Patience is the sharpest claw.
The hunt is over. The pride reassembles, bonds reaffirmed. The plains are vast and the night is long. In the darkness, they are not just kings. They are the heartbeat of the earth itself.
Can you hear the wild echoing back? The light is fading, but her eyes are burning bright. A single trunk rises, a serpent of muscle against the pride. Power is not always a roar. Sometimes it is just the sound of standing still.
Over the savannah. The matriarch is the first to shift her skin as a landscape of its own. A grey canvas of deep fissures, mapping a century of sun and survival. She wears the history of this land, etched into her very hide.
With a rumble, a low frequency song.
spoken through the soil.
The sun is high now. The herd moves as one entity. Ghosts in gray, drifting through the heat haze.
It is time for the ritual of the dust. She flings it over her back. The dust coats them, turning them into statues carved from the earth itself.
They do not just live on the land, they wear it. Twilight descends, the hunters have awakened. The matriarch freezes, she knows the lions are near. She turns without a sound, the adults move. They form a wall, a fortress of grey flesh and ivory tusks.
No gap. There is only the matriarch, a living mountain. She releases a blast of sound and air.
A boundary drawn in the dust. Violence is the last resort of the weak. The strong simply exist. Shadows melt away. The threat has passed. The fortress becomes a family once more. Under the vast canopy of stars, they walk into the darkness.
In a world of noise, they are the masters of silence. What heavy burdens are you ready to lay down tonight? The dust hangs suspended, a curtain between safety and the teeth of the wild. She remembers every fight before this one. Close your eyes. Can you feel the weight of wisdom protecting the innocent?
Dawn breaks over the savannah. This is not merely skin, it is a living map. 2 inches thick, yet sensitive enough to feel the landing of a fly. Every wrinkle traps moisture, a biological reservoir.
Her trunk is a masterpiece of evolution. It is her nose, her hand, her voice. She smells the rain 3 days away. Through the soles of her feet, she hears the distant panic. The rumble originates from her massive larynx. This is infrasound, a secret language, spoken in the bones.
The herd begins the traverse. They move with the silence of ghosts. And they reach the dust bowl. This is their sanctuary. She showers herself in the red earth. It is not play. It is honor. Baptized in the earth, they become the land. A shift in the wind brings a scent older than fear. Predators are waking. The matriarch does not run. She turns, she expands. True power does not need to strike.
Night has reclaimed the savanna. The herd forms a fortress of flesh and bone. The calf sleeps, protected by a wall of mothers. The matriarch remains awake, listening to the darkness.
She is the library of the wild. If she forgets, they are lost. But she remembers. And in her memory, they find peace.